Shinardi, this is our first online lesson, and we can follow the book, so nobody will get lost in the process of the lessons. Okay, you can open your book at page 75, the book Growing into Old Age, and we keep understanding the milestones and development of the child during his first year of life. So here we go. Let's have a bit of a summary. What we said so far. So far we said that obviously the infant is developing at the very speed race. Yeah, so every month in the very first year it counts. And we saw the milestones, the motor skills development, the speaking, the hearing, the way the communication is improved and developed. So from 8 months, motor skills, the baby, your book says, becomes an explorer, un esploratore. Well, the baby at this stage is really curious. He wants to learn about the world, so he can move very quickly. He started already to crawl. It can absolutely sit by itself. And what is important is that now he has this ability to grab things. And obviously the tendency is to put them into their mouth, because still the mouth is very expressed, and it's the way the baby can still approach the world. So the sense is the one who's still very much developed. Although all the other they get in there, but mouth, it's really important at this stage still. All right, so baby's hands are important, are increasingly agile, as your book says. Okay, what does it mean? Well, I told you the baby can grab things, is able to keep them in a proper way, and the baby amuses itself by putting things in the boxes. That's why few games, for example, of understanding the right shape. Okay, and he is exploring his body, so he loves to, for example, to comb his hair, or drinks and eating by in itself at this age. I will show you a video for that. Actually, let's have a look. And speaking is still in the development area, so the baby is still having this bubbling sounds. Bubbling, you see, you can write here, bubbling sounds that we know already, ba, ba, ma, da. Well, it's not ready yet to tell an exact sentence, and is really difficult for the adults to understand fully, but with a little bit of practice and interaction with the baby, you start to understand its motivation and what he really wants to communicate. And here we go to the next area, communication. Well, still, he really likes to interact with the people he or she knows. Okay, so he might experience some anxiety, separation anxiety. It's normal, but it's also very curious. So it can happen, it can also not happen. So everything is fine. Before getting to the promoting the baby's development, I show you a video. Okay, this is the first video I'm gonna show you. Is exactly a child from 8 to 12 months. Have a look how he keeps the teaspoon, how he grabs it correctly, how is very coordinated in putting it into his mouth.
Buono il gelato. Lo mangio io? No? Lo mangi tu? Come?
All right, so now I'm gonna show you a few months later, actually 1 year later, when he's 2, the capacity of holding the things has improved. But what I want you to understand and listen carefully is the ability to talk in a different way. It's still ongoing, it's not really there as with the language we know, but still pay attention to the different tone and way of expressing.
Cosa fai? Stai mangiando la marmellata? È una buona? Ascolta, dove è andata la Upe? A scuola? E a settembre inizi anche tu la scuola? Sì.
Okay, so that's the difference, yeah? So you see, of course, the language was not really clear, but you could understand what he meant. Andata a scuola, cola. But this we will need to wait till another year to develop. So the very first one was just bubbling, like nah, nah. He started to say cheese in that video, but it was just a repetition of sound. It was not really the meaning of the word, right? Cheese is like the one when you take a picture in English. Cheese is like formaggio, everybody knows, yeah? To take a smiley face. It was just repeating, but sounds, so the bubbling was still there. 1 year later, it was able to have a proper conversation. So we will see though. Promoting the baby's development, keep talking, obviously, to the baby. It's a critical time, so repeating the words and repeating, for example, the action, describing actions or describing what you're doing is very important. Reading together, that is something that is very important from the very beginning. Play peekaboo. Peekaboo is hide and seek. Did you remember? We were talking about that. Pay attention to what the baby enjoys and gives him the freedom to use all his senses to play and discover. Have you seen the second video, for example? He was holding a knife. Yeah, knife is dangerous, but the baby knew that he didn't have to press too much in the mouth, otherwise he would have cut himself. Supervising, obviously, don't let him play alone with the knife, that's for sure. Be respectful, obviously. Your book says of his separation anxiety, but be respectful of everything the child requires, of everything that he needs. Okay, when something is not right, what does it mean? Okay, we said already, every child has his own pace, alla sua andatura, sviluppa in diverse modalità, non per forza 6 mesi, 7 mesi, 8 mesi, non siamo dei robot. However, we might think to consult a doctor or observe a little bit deeper and more thoroughly if the baby at 8 months or 9 months, 12 months, it doesn't crawl at all, or cannot stand without support, or doesn't try to find objects where they are when you have hidden in front of him. You know, hide and seek is not just to make him play, but also to observe his reactions. Okay, or if he doesn't say any words, it doesn't have to do whatever, to read, to speak loud a poem, but some words must be said by this time. Doesn't use gestures for shaking its head, for example, to say no or yes, or moving the hands. Okay, here we go, and that's it for now. I suggest you to do the exercises in 1.3a, page 76. Thank you, bye.